What's up? Welcome back to another video. This is a special one. We are going to be ranking the top albums of this year. This is all bands that I listen to. It's not obviously every album that came out this year. And I just wanted to go through them and rank them from a list of A, B, C, D, and F. I went through my entire album list of like song albums that I listened to starting from January to December. I'm not gonna include the ones that came out like the last week of December, like Bring Me the Horizon released a new record. I'm not gonna include any singles of bands that are going to release an album. So strictly albums that were released this year. With that being said, let's just get started. I'm gonna take out the list right now. Okay, so the first record that we're gonna be ranking is the Northlane record. I loved this album. Like, loved this record. Because of their single Talking Heads, and because of this channel, actually, is the only reason I found out about this band. So, thank you guys for recommending this song. I think my favorite song off that record is Free Fall. Free Fall or Bloodline. I know Bloodline was like one of their singles, it's the popular one, but it's still like such a good song. When I saw them live, the keyboardist actually recognized me from the YouTube video that I reacted to of their song, so that blew my mind. Yeah, I just fell in love with this record for so many reasons. I got it signed. I have the vinyl. Oh shoot, I have the vinyl. I can show you guys. So here I have it. I got the vinyl at the concert. I saw them at Chain Reaction. You can't see very well, but it is signed by, I believe, all of them. I don't know if I missed any of them. Oh, I definitely missed some. It's like such a cool variant for vinyl. Let me take it out so I can show you guys. Look at that. That's so freaking cool. If you don't already realize what grade I'm gonna give this record, then I don't know what to say. But I'm definitely giving this record an A, for sure. Top of the list. I just realized how long I spent talking on one single record, so I'm going to speed it up just a bit. The next record I have here is AMO by Bring Me the Horizon. This was a very controversial album for the band. I know this is the album that divided a lot of fans. You either really like this record or you did not like it at all. I really like the record. I know the style that they are creating is not what everyone wants, but there is a huge fan base that is listening to this stuff and they are really happy with it. I think my favorite song off the record would obviously be Sugar, Honey, Ice, and Tea, but I also really like the last song on the album, I Don't Know What to Say. That song is super cool. I really like that song a lot. AMO was a really good record. I enjoyed it. It wasn't the greatest Bring Me the Horizon record. I did enjoy That's the Spirit more than this one, and I feel like for that, I have to give it a B, but it's still a really good record. Yeah. So I'm gonna put that there. I'm happy with that. Next one. Well, I don't even know the name of this record. It's like When We Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go, or something like that. Billie Eilish, pretty much. Her first EP. I'm a really huge fan of Billie Eilish just because I really like her dark, twisted style and like really creepy, but at the same time she has this like soft melodic side, so I really enjoyed that as well. I'll put that one at a B. Even though I really enjoyed the record, I did not listen to it much. I listened to it for about a couple weeks and then I kind of stopped listening to it. So I feel like a record that's like A tier has to be replayable to me. So I think that would be a good place to put it because I don't want to give everything A's. And I really did enjoy the record, but I didn't come back to it. Oh shoot, Motionless in White. They released a new record. I reacted to a few of their songs. You guys actually introduced me to Motionless in White, even though my girlfriend has been telling me to listen to them for like so long. This record was really, really good. I enjoyed it. A lot of people were expecting more heavy songs from the record, which I honestly didn't mind because I didn't know how heavy they were back then. So hearing the heavy songs that they have on this record combined with the melodic stuff and also their just classic rock type stuff, it was a really good blend all throughout the record. The only thing is I did only listen to it for about a week and then I stopped. So the same thing that happened with the Billie Eilish, I'm gonna have to give it a B. The favorite song off the record, probably Headache, I believe Headache. The one where he's like yelling shut up the entire song. That song, super good. Next one, The Bad Omens, second record. I did a full, this was the first time I did a full reaction, like album reaction for a band on the channel. It was like a lot of ups and downs when I was listening to it, because I wanted more heavy stuff, but the more I listened to it after I did the first initial reaction, the softer songs began to grow on me a bit more. And I sort of realized, like, not everything has to be heavy. It was such a cool thing to see all the people commenting and just, like, praising the album in general. Like, the first Kingdom of Cards, which at the time of reacting to it was my least favorite song, but the fact that Bad Omens on their second record is starting to take risks like this and starting to take these type of decisions is very brave. So first time reacting, it was a little up and down. I really enjoyed the heavy songs on the record, but when I listened to it over and over again, I started to really like the album, like the entire album as a whole. So I feel like this one deserves an A, because I did go back and listen to this over and over and over again. And they're such cool guys. I'm gonna go see them in March. I'm gonna buy all of the merch that they have there, because I haven't been able to purchase the new record on vinyl yet. I'm like a big vinyl dude. I collect so many vinyls, and I try to get them all signed by the bands. So hopefully I get this one signed. Anyways, the next one that I'm gonna be ranking is Helix. Oh my god, this record is so freaking good. I love it so much. This is one of the most experimental metal records that I've heard in such a long time. It is so heavy, it is so intense, and the band is absolutely insane live. Absolutely insane. These guys are crazy. When I saw them at Chain... Oh, I have it too. Can you see that? I have the vinyl. I got it signed by almost all of them. God dang it, I hardly ever get it signed in full by all the members, but I have this on vinyl. It is absolutely beautiful red and black variant. This record is so insane. It's so cool. My favorite song off the record is probably Devil Cry, because it is such a cool song. The breakdown is insane, and it's just really powerful, and I really like that song a lot. This record, I have to give it an A. Have to. Korn released a new record this year, and it was freaking great. This is one of the first times that I've listened to a Korn record as it was being released. The record was super cool. I didn't come back and listen to it all that much, simply because there was like so many records coming out that I really enjoyed. But this record is amazing, and I don't know if I should give it an A or a B. I'll give it an A. That was a really good record. Next one. Ugh. Okay. New Year's Day released a new record this year. And oh my god, did I not like it. I did not like this record at all. I was listening to him since like 2015. I believe, around that time. There was an EP that they released that had a bunch of really good songs on it, and I was like, man, this band is so cool. They're gonna evolve and go like get even heavier or do some cool stuff. But no, they kept their cheesy lyrics, and she's rapping in some songs, like rapping style, and it's just like, I didn't enjoy this record. I hate to be rude to records, I hate to be rude to bands, but this was one of the few records that I honestly didn't go in with expectations, but I came out with instant regret for having listened to the album. This is probably the rudest I've ever been to any record, but yeah, that one has to be an F for sure. Wage War. Honestly, there was a lot of bad reviews for this record, but I honestly really enjoyed it. It was not as good as Deadweight. Deadweight is probably their best record to date, and probably will be, just because it was like every single song was amazing. That whole entire record was amazing. This record, there are a few songs that are kind of not the greatest. Like Forget My Name. I wish that they had done something more with that song. because they use like this build up, this really long build up pre-chorus type thing, but that was the chorus itself. So it was like kind of weird. I get that they were trying to do something different, but honestly, to me it didn't really work. But there was almost all of the songs on this record I absolutely loved, and I did listen to this record over and over and over again. And on my Spotify recap, I think Wage War has been my most listened to for like 3 years. Besides all the hate that I got, I loved it, and I'm just glad that I got to hear more songs by them. So I'm gonna give it a B, just because it wasn't, to me, in my opinion, it wasn't better than Deadweight, and I wish that they could have done something better. But it was still an amazing record, and I will give it a B. Not that many of you know this band. They are a French band that just released their first like a big EP, and from what I know, I'm still kind of new to the band. I don't know everything about them yet, but they are super nice. The band messaged me on Instagram saying that they love my reaction, and honestly, they're just super cool dudes. I really loved this record. It was super heavy. You don't hear that many metal French bands, so it was really cool. I really enjoyed this record. I'm gonna give it an A. Okay, Gideon. Gideon released their new record, Out of Control. Honestly, I am not gonna lie, I was a little bit disappointed. All of the singles leading up to the record were so good. They were like so good. And they were all very different in sound. But the dog is barking. They were all very different in sound, and I thought the album was gonna be completely different, every single song, and they were all gonna be super cool. But when the album actually came out, I was gonna do a reaction to the whole album, but I just listened to it on my own time, and honestly, a lot of the songs that weren't singles sounded very similar, like extremely, like a little too similar. There was a few songs that I really enjoyed that weren't the singles, but for the most part, the majority of the record felt very repetitive, which I wish it didn't. To me, at least, this could be like completely different for someone else, but to me it felt sort of repetitive, mainly guitar wise. There was a lot of riffs that sounded the same, and compared to the singles, at least, a lot of the singles were very different in style and the way they were played. So sadly, I'm gonna have to give it a C. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there. Gideon, I'm sorry, I still love you guys. Please don't be mad at me. Okay, Sleep Talk. This was one of the few records that what came out of left field for me, because I didn't know I would love this record so much. I've known Dayseeker for a really long time because they're really good friends with Silent Planet, and Garrett is actually their manager, I believe, or yeah, he's like their manager or something like that. But honestly, I didn't really absolutely love their other records, but this record I freaking loved. I listened to it so much. There was so much replayability with this record. It was so good. Every song was different. The whole entire record was super emotional. It was super intense when it needed to be. And the lead singer, I don't know his name, he has such good vocals. Like, his vocals are off the charts. They are insane. And he has such clean vocals and really good distorted vocals as well. And the guitarists are absolutely insane. The bassist really came out with some songs. Drummer obviously killed it. This record I absolutely loved. I saw them live when they opened up for Wage War. They killed it. I know they recently got all of their equipment stolen, and I feel so bad. If you guys didn't know about this, go to their Instagram page. I believe they still have like a donation box where you can like go and give them some money so it can help them get all their equipment back. But yeah, I feel so bad. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to give this an A. Great record. Tool. Freaking Tool. Honestly, I didn't like this record. Okay, I did like the record, but for the amount of time that they were away, it wasn't that great of a comeback, to me at least. I don't know. It just, I honestly haven't even finished the record. I haven't finished listening to it. I listened to the first 5 songs. I believe there's 7. So I listened to the majority of the record, but it was just very repetitive at times. Some of the rhythms that they had were really, really cool, and the singer is insane. Like, they are, as a band, are insane. Pretty much musically, they're absolutely insane. But there was not that much replayability to this record. Since Tool is like a band that you have to listen to from start to finish, like a whole record from start to finish, at least this one at least, it was really hard for me to get around to listening to it, because I'm always busy and I always listen to Spotify, and I listen to a playlist or a couple of songs and I switch to another band. So I don't know, for the new era of music listening, it wasn't fitting. I just feel like people aren't the same as they were back then, when people listen to music to listen to music. Like now it's, you listen to music to distract yourself or to have it in the background for something else, or while you're working out or something. It didn't really work for me. I'm not saying it didn't work for everyone. That's how I think of it. I'm gonna have to give it a C. I'm sorry guys. I don't know if you guys are gonna hate me for that, but oh well. Okay, Thy Art Is Murder. I never expected to get into a band this heavy, honestly. They are just so cool. I really like this band. This new record, Human Target, was really good as a whole. I know a lot of death metal bands have a problem of having every song sound the same, just because there's a lot of similar rhythms and styles of playing this type of genre of metal that could make a song really repetitive, or an album really repetitive. But I feel like this record did a really good job of creating diversity within the album. And lyrically is insane, vocally it's insane. Pretty much everything about this record is really, really cool. If you guys haven't heard this band or this record, I would recommend listening to it. If you're more on the softer metal side and you want to start getting into the heavier stuff, this band is a good place to start. So yeah, A. Oof. Oh. Okay. Probably one of the most left field, completely random, brand new bands and records that I listen to so freaking much. Dealer released their first record this year, and honestly it felt like such a long time ago because it came out early in the year, and I listened to it so much that I feel like I've been listening to it for like several years. But this whole entire record, there's only 6 songs. I listened to them a lot. This album was so good, so insanely heavy. I just found out from one of you guys that the singer from Dealer was part of Alpha Wolf. Honestly, I could care less because Dealer is absolutely insane. I really love them, and I wish that they would come to freaking California. Please, guys, come to California. I want to see them live so bad. This record is one of my favorite records of the year, and I'm gonna have to give it an A. If there was a ranking higher, I would do it. I'm starting to run out of space in the A section. I feel like I'm being too nice. Okay. This is a good one. As I Lay Dying, their newest record, Shaped by Fire. I really, really love this record. Before this record, I didn't listen to much of As I Lay Dying, just because, I don't know, I could never get into them that much. I listened to their songs, they were like cool, but I never went back to it, you know what I'm saying? But this was the first record that I was listening to that I actually really, really, really enjoyed. So this was such a good record. I even went to their recording of the music video for, I'll put it up on the screen right now. Me, my girlfriend Cielo, and my cousin Arden, we all went to be extras for one of their music videos, and it was so much fun. It was super cool. I don't think I've told anyone this other than like my family and stuff. But yeah, we were in their music video, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, honestly, this record made me fall in love with the band, and if any record can do that, then that deserves an A. So I'm gonna give them an A. I'm gonna start spacing them in between here, so I'm gonna do that. I'm running out of room. Okay, what album do we got next? Ooh, okay, so this is one of the few bands that I got into this year. that I found out about this year because of their newest record. So Whitechapel, they've been around for a long time, and they've been big for a long time. But I never got into them because I didn't know that they existed until I started seeing some recommendations on Spotify saying, like, listen to this single by Whitechapel. It was like, I think the first song I listened to them was When a Demon Defiles a Witch. That was from this record. And to hear, like, the super heavy death metal type sounds and the calm melodic vocals in the bridge, that absolutely hooked me. This was probably one of my favorite records of the entire year. This was such a good record. I listened to it so much and for so long. So, yeah, Whitechapel, if you're listening, you guys rock so much. I wish I could see you guys live. I almost did when you went to House of Blues, but didn't have money. Next one. Oh, this one might cause some problem. I Prevail released a new record, Trauma. I did not enjoy it. Okay, no, stop that. No, comments, stop typing. I liked a lot of the songs on the record, but I also didn't like a lot of the songs on the record. It was like half and half. Like, one half was like, dang, this is super good. The other half was like, eh. It was like, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't like I liked it, you know? So for that reason, I'm probably gonna give it a C, because there was more songs that I was just neutral about than songs that I actually really, really enjoyed. Like, my favorite song off the record is probably either Bow Down or Dead Weight, which makes sense if you guys know me and my music taste. But yeah, it was a good record, but it wasn't my thing, you know? It wasn't my type of thing. And the last record that I will be ranking today, which is probably the reason that my channel is where it is now, We Are Not Your Kind. Slipknot's newest record that was released this year, and honestly, one of their best records to date. I think my favorite Slipknot record is probably Volume 3, which is probably everyone's favorite Slipknot record. It goes Volume 3, We Are Not Your Kind, and then Volume 5, because that was the record where I started getting into Slipknot. But this record is honestly so good. It's such a step up from the recent record, and every song is different. Every song is amazing. This record is why I'm still doing videos. The reaction that I did for this song got like 4,000 views. Which is insane. I never expected to get that many views for literally one of the first videos that I ever uploaded. I was actually in their music video for All Out Life. I'll put a picture up on the screen right now. Me and my girlfriend were the ones that were wearing like those masks and the jumpsuits. I'll put another picture up on the screen of me taking a selfie with my mask on. I had like a bandana going around the top here. With like the little tails, because it was like a mask, but it had long tails on the back end, so you can like do whatever you want with them. And I did one like line across here. We went to go be extras, and it was super cool, super fun. We only got in like one frame that you can actually see us in, which kind of sucked, but we were there the whole time. But yeah, this record was insane. I loved all the songs. And for them being as old as they are and still making songs and playing live as heavy as they are, it's insane. Like, I love these guys. They deserve all the freaking Grammys and stuff, because they're the only metal band that actually gets nominated for Grammys. That is my list. Top albums of 2019. I have a lot that are in the A section, obviously. I think I might be a little too nice. But honestly, these records I listened to so much throughout the year, and they were super cool. That's my list. I only have one in the F. I'm sorry, New Year's Day, if you're watching this. What can I say? So that's going to be it for the video. I will be posting next week, Tuesday and Thursday. Schedule will be back to normal. I'm going to be listening to the new stuff that came out last week, and if there's anything new that comes out, I'll listen to that as well. That'll be it for the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.